Hey guys and girls, this is Kurt and Alex again. We didn't do the intro thing to this just because of the fact this is not really a review but more of a sneak peek and an update. I wanted to try and get all this into one video just because I don't want to do more than one video that isn't actually a review. But should we give them the good news or the bad news first?
Good news.
Alright, well the good news is within the past few days we had been out and about. I went to a yard sale and found this was sitting there, and it didn't have a price on it, just had a sticker on it that said Transformer. At the time I didn't know who it was or anything because I'm not too well versed on some of the Bay movies. But went and I didn't know the price. I asked the woman, how much she want for this, and she said $1. So I'm excited. I'm getting ready to pay her $1 for this. And then before I could get the $1 out, she goes, would you give me 50 cents for it? And so, of course, I was like, yeah, I will. And, of course, this is Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Sideways, so we might be reviewing him for you. We also made our way over, as Alex will show you here, we made our way over to a dollar store where we found some of the, I guess they're re-releases of, I believe, Cybertron or Energon series. And we've got Breakdown, Lugnuts, and Scattershot, which I remembered Scattershot being a jet from G1, but so we got those to do for you. We'll probably put those into 1 or 2 reviews, and we might just mix them with Throttlebot's Freeway, which I happened to find at a sporting goods store thing in a little town. So we got all those neat things, and we also have just a little sneak peek of what's to come here. Is if you remember the review that Alex did for that Arcee KO, she has it almost finished in the repaint. As you can see, it's starting to get the Arcee colors and stuff. She actually has black tires instead of the gold, and some of the pink, white, and black that we're actually used to from an Arcee. A little bit more of the G1 feel to it. And then on to the bad news. I actually, as I discussed in earlier things, I wanted to do some of the G1 reviews. That's what the main, my main collection is. And we've gone over, taking a look in the parents' basement, and they were kept in a Tupperware container with a top on it. Down in the basement, which is finished basement, climate controlled and everything, it wasn't there. Here we found them up in the attic, close to where there's an opening where the wind can get in and stuff, and there was no cover. And there was entire Transformers missing. So just to show you what we did find, here was my first Transformer ever, Sure Shot. He's got his spoiler missing, a lot of sticker damage that hadn't been damaged before. We actually had Shockwave, Ratchet, and a couple other guys were just completely missing. Pieces missing to Devastator. This wheel and Optimus's trailer there was completely missing. Broken smokestack, a lot of paint damage. Only one fist. I actually had this blue one sitting around, light blue, but it doesn't match. I actually do have the windshield in another room because I've ordered another broken Optimus, because between the two of them, hopefully I can make one complete. Found my hot rod. He was in 2 pieces. And that's just pretty much what I found. I mean, almost all my G1s are either rusted up, busted, have damage and stuff, so that sucks, but I do have them. I'm going to try and find replacement pieces as cheap as I can and try and do some reviews for you. I actually have a couple on the way. And I did actually find Starscream, which I actually did not have Starscream in my collection somehow. So he'll be on the way. And I also found out, I had dug him out before, and he had a broken wing. And I know a lot of people on the TF 2005 website had asked about how to fix these broken pins, and I'd actually found it's, what was it, 0.70. I can actually put this down on the description for the actual size and gauge, but it's called music wire. I found it at the hardware store. I got little mini bolt cutters to which I have here. I used that to cut it, which these were like 30 bucks, but I mean, if you have to repair a bunch of figures, it's worth it. Plus they can cut almost anything. You can use them on nails and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, thank you, Alex. It's I don't know if you can see that there, 0.078 music wire. I don't know if I can get it to focus there. It looks like you can see it. And this is from KS Engineering, Chicago, Illinois, and it should be at your local store, and it was an exact match. In fact, well, it might have been a little bit bigger, because if you can see here, well, let me extend him. This is actually a little bit tighter now than the original, so it might be a little bit thicker. And here's the original one. Wants to pop out. But so, and we showed him on the last video, so he's all fixed up now. So that's nice to know. If you have the metal pins, and it's also identical to the ones. I guess I can remove that. The ones that are actually used on. Oops. Let me see if I can. He's really tight because he's got some corrosion and stuff. It's identical to the size and the shoulder pins here on Hot Rod. So chances are, if you've got a broken pin, that's the one. But there's a bunch of different gauges, a bunch of different sizes. So even if you find a really miscellaneous one, chances are your local hardware store has it. So that's cool. And then for the contest that we were going to have here, it is for this guy. This is actually my repaint of a generic transformer that we found at Big Lots. And I painted him. I was thinking of putting a silver here too. But he was like an olive green, and you can see here where I accidentally painted some of the stuff. This is my first repaint. But he was a bunch of different colors, olive green and all kinds of stuff. And to transform him, you just put these up. It's a really good figure. You can get it for $5. Really awesome to repaint. Separate this. You can see a little bit of the olive green in here. I had painted those because I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but it's hard to get them closed up if you do that. And from here, let's move the camera up. You separate. Well, first you take this part off on the bottom. That comes off. Separate the arms from this thing. Turn these around and down. Around and down. As you can see, I painted the, well, you might not be able to see it yet, but I painted the tires a little bit on accident. I was doing this. But and then you put this thing on his back. Actually, just to show, they had a little bit of detail on the bottom. I colored it in silver just to show it off. But that's kind of neat. There's actually no robot kibble on the bottom while he's a car. Barely any. Put that on his back. And here he is in robot mode. And he comes with this, so I just figured this would be some kind of spy. What's that called, dear? I don't know. The antenna thing. Radar dish type deal. And he comes with this humongous gun. So I was thinking he's probably a sniper. I was thinking kill shot for him. But I don't know. So that's the contest. Name this guy. And if you want, I was thinking, possibly for backstory, he's a sniper for the Decepticons. But he used to be possibly a scout for the Autobots. He doesn't like taking his time and stuff. So he was out on scouting missions, got bored, managed to not notice something, got in trouble with Optimus, switched sides because he's got a temper, and ended up switching over to the Decepticons, becomes a sniper, and his main thing he wants to do is maybe take out Optimus. I don't know. But I think he turned out pretty well for my first repaint. He's done in acrylics and stuff. He's not quite as detailed as Alex's Arcee, but she's a lot better at it than I am. But anyway, the contest is to name this guy. The main thing is for his Decepticon name, but if you can get a cool name that because obviously say he has a name like Killshot or something, that wouldn't have been his Autobot name. He would have changed it when he switched sides. Also, tfstickers.com. I got the Decepticon and Autobot stickers. I have the ones with the silver back like this. I don't know if it's not going to focus in. And then we got, here's, on Alex's Arcee, here is a black Autobot one that's actually clear. And as you can see, the KO workmanship showing off there. She's still working on getting that fixed up and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to cut away and then cut back so that we can unveil the prizes here, because that's what we're here for. And so anyway, one moment. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and here are your prizes. as my lovely assistant removes the curtain. These are 3 graphic novels from Transformers. We got Fallen Angel, Matrix Quest, and Target 2006. All brand new. We just got them. They retailed for about, I think it was like $16.95. We didn't pay that for them, but and out of these, I also have copies. I've read this one. It's really good. It actually takes place technically before the 1986 movie, and it's really cool. So, spoiler alert here. Plug your ears if you don't want to hear it. But you actually get to see Galvatron and Megatron meet each other in this, and it's really cool. So, and these are the graphic novels made up from the actual comic book. From, I believe they're all from comics back in the 80s, but I'm not absolutely positive on that. But you get all 3 of them. And of course, once again, the contest is name this guy. If you want to come up with your own backstory for him, you know, obviously the one that I said isn't cemented. I guess, and Autobot name, if it's something like I had said, you know, if it was, you know, Killshot or whatever, then obviously that wouldn't have been his Autobot name. It would have changed. So, you know, so just whatever you want. If we end up having like a really good different backstory that's different from really good name and stuff, we'll try and see if we can find more of these or something else to give a prize to the, you know, the other people. But the main thing is his name. And you know, sorry Alex hasn't been speaking too much. She's got a cold. This is actually she's had 2 colds now in the last couple of weeks. So, but she'll hopefully beat that down, and we'll have a name. We'll let this run for a week. So let me check my little Microsoft computer here. So the 17th, Friday, September 17th, 2010 is whenever we're going to tally all the things. And please subscribe. I'm not going to make you be a subscriber to run the contest. But you know, if you have a cool backstory, a cool name for them, then give us a holler. Anyway, everybody have a great time. So hopefully this wasn't too long for you, considering, you know, it wasn't really a review. But just wanted to give you an update on some of the stuff, let you know what's coming, and get a new name for this guy. Alright, everybody have a good one. This is Kurt.
And Alex.
Signing off.